Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Tuesday, July 2nd, 2024. But before we check out the charts, I just want to ask you to please click like, share, subscribe, and check out wickedstocks.com, where we offer a full suite of both daily and weekly analytical videos, just like the daily Tesla and daily NVIDIA reports, daily analysis in the SPY, daily analysis in the Triple Q, weekly analysis in the S&P 500 index, the NASDAQ 100 index, and Apple stock, as well as two individual stock picks a week that you never see on YouTube that cater to the 3 to 5 week swing trader out to the 3 to 5 month near term investor, always looking for 20% moves or more on those underlying stocks. And you get to see all of this for free. We offer a 5-day free trial up front. So check out wickedstocks.com. Let's take a look at the charts. I will start with the first image here. This is a weekly chart, big picture. I've been mentioning how the 1 year trend remains bearish below 209.96. And that is a weekly channel top that spans the last year of activity. Lower low, lower high dynamic is played out over that time frame. It is an area we've tested it obviously on Monday, even pushed through it in a meaningful way. Not significantly. 212.06, by the way, is the 1% violation threshold of 209.96, and we did get up to 213.23 on Monday. We backed away into the closing bell into the afternoon trade. But we are right there right now, 209.96. If you went short based on that, that is a valid approach. Obviously, we've got the delivery report that comes out on Tuesday, so that can and probably will move the market. The question is whether those who bought over the last week or two are predicting the market in terms of bullish continuation, or they are just shorts who are bailing on big positions that has fueled this rally. And obviously, there's no way to definitively answer that right now, but 209.96 is our ceiling, and we can fall away from here. So if you're short right now, if you're a longer term position trader and you're short, that might mean that you reach for, 120, 110, 100 strike out of the money puts that don't expire for about 6 months or so at least. I would go a year out on those if you haven't already. And then inversely, if we were to close above 209.96, and that really needs to be a Friday settlement by a 1% margin of 212.06 or more. But, on an intra-week basis, I have no problem buying Tesla, at the very least, covering a substantial short position if we happen to settle today at 212.06 or higher. That could be the beginning of a substantial move, a bullish continuation, a discontinuation of that 1 year bear trend. And with that, I see this as a possible 3 to 5 month, I think that's realistic, rally by the end of the year to 326.49. That would be the objective if we close. And I will just say Friday at 212.06 or higher. That meets all of the requirements. I like to see weekly settlements for longer term signals. You can certainly the market can elicit a signal, say today Tuesday, by closing, I don't know, I'm just going to pick a number, 215 or 217 today. Then by Friday we back off to close below 209.96. I've seen that happen a million times. But honestly, if we close 212.06 or higher today, odds do favor that we will close the week above 209.96. So it's an early lead because over that time frame, and I could just jump to some of these charts that we have. This is one in particular. If we close today above 209.96, let's call it by the 1% margin of 212.06 or higher, then 227.48 in reach is a 3 to 5 day target. This newly formed rising channel top at 234.84, a 2 to 3 week objective. Now, given present volatility and the capacity for volatility to continue to expand, that report today with a clear open above 209.96 may well yield 227.48 today. 227.48, it does intersect all these highs and lows, as you can see here. But what it really is a full wave wave point count, A, B, C, D. So in other words, the April low against the high that was put out in later April, against the low that was put out in June. This distance added to this distance. I'm sorry, I'm like mucking this up. I should have ABC. I should have the equation here. We'll get that on there for you. But it is a full, symmetry. AB equals CD. A 227.48 can contain daily buying pressures. It is potentially in reach today. Now, on the way up today, let's just get to the day itself. If we happen to push or open, I'm just going to say 209.96, the weekly channel top to the 209.85 daily channel top, 219.05 in reach today. That is a 50% upside retracement from the July high of last year against the more recent April low. We could top out there intraday, possibly for the day itself, and perhaps even fall back to 209.96 on an intraday basis. Once again, if we close at or below 209.96, that keeps a lid on buying pressures and allows this market to fall away. I'll get to that in a moment. Pushing through 219.05 today, or perhaps opening above 219.05, would place 227.48 in reach as a day objective. So we could today test 227.48. That would be a substantial rally. I think that would be about it for the day. But let me get back to the more normal volatility that's not so frenetic, that if we close today above 209.96, let's just call 227.48 a 3 to 5 day target, 234.84 a 2 to 3 week objective, and yes, assuming we then close the week itself above 209.96 by the 1% margin of 212.06 or higher, that 326.49 formation, a 3 to 5 month objective. So longer term traders, position traders, if we close above 209.96 by a 1% margin, you might reach for 330 strike out of the money calls. I would go at least a year out on that. This is probably a better part of a 6-month play to the upside. And you may await a Friday settlement the same for what I would call a more technically reliable signal. Let's cover the downside now. I've covered this. Now, if we happen to fall away today below 209.85, if we open below it, once again, this is a substantial resistance area, 1-year trend resistance, able to contain buying through the third quarter, possibly into later year. And so from here, we can fall back today to 198.16, especially given the presently heightened volatility. And if we close below 198.16, well, that's a good high for the week and probably into later July, because under that scenario, we're also closing below yesterday's low. That would be a pivot point in itself. Yesterday's low, Monday's low, was 200.85. So if we close below 198.16, we've got a good high for the week. We should then, within a couple of weeks, potentially by the end of next week, depending on volatility, see 172.09. I will say that if you're short the market now at 209.85 and you are a 2 to 3 week swing trader, you're now holding out for the low 170s, 172.09. And inversely, as I said earlier, if you are looking to go long above 209, really 96, you're then holding out for a 2 to 3 week rally to 234.84. That is kind of the 2 to 3 week upside. And then once again, the downside is, bear with me, 172.09, assuming we do not close above 209.96 today. And if we close below 198.16, no good reason to be long Tesla through the rest of the week and into next, over the next week or two at the most, 172.09 likely. And in fact, I see no good reason to be long Tesla now, given the fact that we've yet to settle above this substantial long-term channel top. The emphasis is down still. I mean, we are right there. So we are at the pivot point. 172.09 in reach over the next 2 to 3 weeks, in reach over the next 1 to 2 weeks with a settlement today below 198.16. And of course, if we were to close below 172.09 in the coming 2 to 3 weeks, that does, I think, mark a good high for the rest of the year. We should then continue south into this low 100 region within a couple, 2-3 months of closing below 172.09. But as I mentioned really at the top of the video, holding below this 209.96 formation will keep the low 100s in reach by the end of the year anyway. Is there anything else for me to say? I don't think so. I'm going to leave it at that. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com. Take advantage of our 5-day free trial. We put out 2 stock picks a week, daily analysis in the SPY and the Triple Q, so forth and so on. I'll be back tomorrow with Wednesday's Tesla. You have a great day.